Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 3 by 3. Your host now, Bethany. Go ahead, Bethany.
Hi, welcome on another of our voyages of theatrical exploration, which we call the 3 by 3 Virtual Theater Challenge. I'm Bethany Stillion of Rough Magic Shakespeare Company, and our tech wizard making the magic happen is the amazing Mike Palau. Our purpose here is threefold. One, to allow theater artists, playwrights, directors, and actors to keep their skills sharp and creative juices flowing, while two, continuing to do the live performances that are their life's blood during this unprecedented time in a world where live in-person theater has been indefinitely suspended. And three, to give you, the theater lovers, the new live explorations of the human experience that have been a foundation of human civilization as long as there have been humans. That's right, I said it. Save live theater, save the world. You can get involved. We are taking audience prompts. You could go find us on Rough Magic Shakespeare Company on Facebook. Follow us. If you're an actor, a director, or a playwright, message us for more info. We'd love for you to get involved. And of course, to support our theater artists in these challenging times and bring more live theater events like this to life, please consider donating at paypal.me/roughmagicshakes. You can find that link on our Facebook page, on the event page, on every post, or on our new YouTube channel on every single video in the description. So do it. Tonight's event is called 3 by 3 Uprisings. We put out a call for stories about people responding to the challenges of conflict of any kind, minor or major, serious or silly, by rising up, recruiting the best resources of their character: courage, fortitude, resilience, perseverance, the capacity to take another's perspective, a willingness to grow. And buddy, did our burgeoning network of playwrights deliver. First up is a story of one woman rising to the challenge of an unexpected encounter with wildlife and a mailbox in suburban Buffalo sighting by Elizabeth Speckman with Tara Kissling, directed by Rip Peloton. Elizabeth Speckman is an actor, director, and playwright from Indianapolis, Indiana. Her plays have been produced all over the US and in British Columbia. Her short play, Brothers on a Hotel Bed, is featured in Stage It 2, 30 10-minute plays. Rip Peloton is a theater mainstay of the Daytona area. He's been with us, I think, every event that we've had so far. We couldn't do this without him. Tara Kissling and her husband are both retired from the US Navy. Thank you for your service. And now reside in Port Orange, Florida. Tara worked right up until her retirement date of this past May 15th. So the lockdown now coincides with her new chapter of life. Sleeping in, gardening, and reading every day, she says. She misses live in-person theater immensely, so we are happy to have her kicking us off tonight. She thought she saw a buffalo. Here's suburban buffalo sighting.
Okay, hi, please, don't say anything. I just want to say that it may look like I just totally rammed your mailbox, like I wasn't paying the slightest bit of attention. But in fact, I want to tell you that in fact I was paying attention, just to something else. You see, I thought I saw a buffalo. A buffalo? Like a bison? Yeah, I know I'm in suburban Miami, and it's really very, very unlikely. But I thought I saw it, so I turned to watch it. Of course. I mean, hello, it was a buffalo. Except that it wasn't. It was something else. It was a large dog. Some kind. Yeah, except, you know, the way it had its hair, it was very buffalo-like. You know, all shaggy around here and flat along the back. And, oh, you're calling the police, aren't you? Oh, you have absolutely every right to report this accident, but let's just remember that it is in fact an accident. I mean, I would never, intentionally smash your mailbox over there. I mean, I would never do that. It's a lovely mailbox, and especially since you were out here getting your mail at the time. Yeah, no, oh my God, it must have looked like I intentionally tried to hit you with my car, which I did not. Thank goodness. But boy, are you flexible. Yes, I did say that. I don't mind saying that. I said it, and I'm not ashamed of that. There's a lot of things that I'm not proud of, but calling it like I see it is not one of them. Not here, not now, not ever. And you're still calling them, aren't you? Hey, I'd like to point out that I am not crazy or crazed, if that's what you just said. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, because can't you just hang up? I mean, it's very rude you making a call while I'm still trying to talk to you. You should have waited until I finished talking before calling the police, telling them that there's a ranting woman on your lawn, because I'm on the street, okay, not your lawn. Let's use our powers of observation here. And you just have a set of gorgeous eyes. Let's just put them to use here. And more importantly, I'm not crazed or on drugs or anything. I'm just full of wonder at nature. And because I thought I saw, a buffalo, like I had said. But I think living with a sense of wonder is a beautiful thing, even if it was a damn dog. So can you please just hang up the phone? Oh.
And that was Suburban Buffalo Sighting by Elizabeth Speckman with Tara Kisling. Next up, we've got Dinosaur by Stephen Hayet with Philippa Rose and Elaine Boughton, directed by Bo Wade. Stephen Hayet is a New Jersey playwright whose work has been performed from LA to London and New York to New Zealand. His short play Date with Death has been performed in 7 countries and was a shortlist winner of the Carol Tamber Best of Edinburgh Award. He is a proud graduate of the College of William and Mary and Rutgers University and a member of the Dramatists Guild. Philippa Rose is a Florida native. I've had the pleasure of working with her in Positively Florida's production of The Humans, and she is a joy to work with. I'm delighted to finally have her on board with us. During lockdown, she has been learning how to manage her social worker career in a time of virtual visits and hosting a true crime and paranormal podcast called Crushed and Pressed. Check that out. Elizabeth Boughton from Jeffersonville, Indiana, originally, is zooming in from Florida now. One thing she says, even her friends might be surprised to hear about her. She was kicked out of ballet at 4 years old for wanting to be the center of attention. Well, Elaine, here's your time to shine now. In a world of danger, sometimes we need a perspective check. Here's Dinosaur.
Hey, Spencer? Are you there? I've been calling you for the last 15 minutes.
Sorry, phone's broken.
Well, are you coming? We're going to be late.
No.
No, we're not going to be late.
No, as in, I'm not coming.
Ooh, Spencer, please don't do this today. Ugh. Those tickets were really hard to get, and I had to plead with the box office after you flaked on me last week.
Jamie, I don't want to be eaten by a dinosaur.
What?
I was watching a movie last night, and this woman, I don't even think her character has a name. Maybe it does, but I don't remember it. She's a personal assistant to a big shot, and her whole job that day is to watch the big shot's two kid nephews as they walk around the amusement park. Boom! Out of nowhere, she gets eaten by a dinosaur.
You know that's not real.
Okay. First gets carried around by one dinosaur before being eaten by another dinosaur. But still, I don't want that to happen to me.
It's not going to happen.
I know. That's why I'm staying here.
That? Spencer,
This woman was just like us, a normal, young professional. She got out of bed that morning, went to her job. She was texting at work, probably about what she was going to do that weekend, maybe about friends and family she was going to see. She could have had interests, hobbies, things that brought her joy outside of the daily grind of work. For all we know, she worked this job to pay the bills so she could pursue her true passion. Creating paper mache sculptures of corgis or whatever she loved to do. But this woman is dead, and her mother is getting a call from Jurassic World attorneys letting her know that she was eaten by a genetically engineered mosasaurus. My mother sacrificed so much. She is not going to get that phone call because of me.
Spencer, that was a movie. And that woman is an actress. She is alive and well.
You don't know that.
Oh, okay. Here is her IMDb.
That's not her. But she could have been eaten by a dinosaur too. They didn't show what happened to this woman.
Okay.
Her death could have been as insignificant as her life.
Okay. If I promise you that you will not get eaten by a dinosaur, will you get out of bed?
But what about aliens?
Spencer, come on.
What if this wormhole just opened up in the sky and killer aliens just started pouring from it? And if that wasn't bad enough, Captain America, Thor, and Hulk, the freaking Hulk, just starts pummeling into everything. People, cars, apartments, everything.
Was that movie on before Jurassic World?
Yeah, but that's not important. A person could just be minding her business, walking down the street, when all of a sudden the Hulk drops the super force on her head. Splat! It could happen to anyone.
It can't.
Not to me, if I stay here.
Spencer.
The heroes, they always end up okay. But us ordinary people were just one malfunctioning fence, one pile of falling debris, one wrong place, one wrong time from, and no one will care. Like that girl at the dinosaur park.
Okay, I promise. I will protect you from dinosaurs or aliens or, I don't know, dementors or vampires or whatever you've seen on TV. Please, Spencer.
You can't. You can't protect me. No one can. The heroes can't. Captain America can't. Chris Pratt certainly can't. If I leave this room, I'm just putting it up to chance that I won't end up as part of some catastrophic tragedy. Like Andrew.
Andrew?
He was a kid I went to middle school with. We weren't really friends. We dissected a frog together in 7th grade bio, and that's as close as our relationship got. He was at a concert last month, and he didn't come back because somebody decided to bring a gun. Now Andrew is just a part of a number, and he will stay a part of a number until there's a bigger number, and then he'll just be forgotten. I don't want to be forgotten.
Spencer,
It's selfish. I know it is. But what if something happens to me before I do anything important? My life, my entire existence would just be a waste of matter and space. And what if I never do anything important? I face the world and live. What do I have to show for it? I live to be 80, 90, 104, and my sole accomplishment will be having lived to 104. People will read my obituary in the paper, and the only thing they'll care about is what I ate. Oh, look, she ate Taco Bell all the time. Looks like those nutritionists were wrong. Pass me a chalupa.
Spencer, you can't just go on living your life.
I don't know what is worse. Not being given enough time or not making the most of the time that you're given. It could have happened to me. Well, it couldn't have because I hate country music, but you get it. Metaphorically, I could have been there. I could have been at those places.
You still can.
No. I'll stay here, live to 104, and at least I'll be remembered as the Taco Bell hermit. It's better than being forgotten.
Okay. Well, what would Andrew say if he knew that you locked yourself up in a room because of him?
He'd say, "Who's Spencer?"
Okay. But then I would remind him of your middle school bio days, and he would be like, "Oh, that Spencer? She's awesome." And then he'd say something like, "Well, that girl, she just tore into that frog with such reckless abandon." I assume that I am shocked, dare I say flabbergasted, that anything could have stopped her.
So you're Andrews from Kentucky.
I never met him, so. But I know you, and I know that anyone who knows you knows that you're fierce and tenacious, and you won't be forgotten without a fight.
Thanks.
Okay. Now I am hungry. Do you still have that frozen pizza that you've had in your freezer for months?
Nope.
All right. Then I will order us Chinese.
I'm sorry about the tickets.
Oh, it's fine. We will stay at home today and we will take on the world tomorrow. What movie do you want to watch?
I think Donnie Darko's streaming. Haven't seen that in a while.
You know that movie is about a boy who dies in his bed from a falling jet engine, right?
I'll chance it.
And that was Dinosaur by Stephen Hayat with Philippa Rose and Elaine Boughton. Next up, it's The Jitters by Daniel Guyton with Joe Levici, directed by Betty Mitchell. Daniel Guyton is an Atlanta-based theater maker who joined us as an actor for our very first and third 3x3s, and tonight makes his debut as a 3x3 playwright. Betty Mitchell has been an essential contributor to these events from the inception of the nefarious plan as both actor and director, and continues her invaluable work as behind the scenes to cultivate and coordinate our growing relationships with actors, directors, and playwrights around the world. We just couldn't do this without Betty. Joe Levici is a Daytona area actor and stand-up comedian. In our last 3x3, he stretched his drama muscles, and he's back tonight, here, and later, to explore even more of his range. So now, from fear of going out to fear of going out, here's The Jitters.
Hi there, Christine. Thanks for meeting with me tonight. It's been 7 months and 14 days since I've been on a date. No, that sounds desperate. Well, hello there, Christine. Heaven must have lost an angel tonight because she's standing right in front of me. No, dang it. That doesn't work. The dating guidebook said, don't talk about religion on the first date. So, how about football? Everybody loves football, right? Yeah, but wait. What if she's from Canada or something, and she doesn't even know what football is? I think they call it soccer over there or something. Oh, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. This is stupid. I just knew this whole dating thing was a bad idea. Oh, wait. If she's from Canada, then we could talk about hockey. Canadians love hockey, right? So that's what we'll do. We'll talk about what the heck do I know about hockey? Oh, geez, why did I agree to this? I am just not cut out for dating. No. Come on, Robert, snap out of it. You used to be so smooth with the ladies. Yeah, I remember back in high school, you often had 2 and 3 dates in 1 month. You had those girls eating out of the palm of your hand. Well, Jessica Rubinstein, anyway. When she was holding both our soda pops at the movies, and I had to feed her the gummy worms. And then Julia came along, and, well, I didn't even have to try anymore. She just fell right into place with me. I didn't even have to try. Whatever I wanted to talk about, she'd listen. Wherever I wanted to go, No, come on. Robert, Julia's been gone for most of a year now. It's time to move on. Hi there, Christine. My name is Robert, and my wife died in a horrible car accident about 7 months ago. How are you tonight? This is going to be the worst date of my life.
And that was The Jitters by Daniel Guyton with Joe Levici. Next up, Being a Military Wife by Lauren Masters with Tabitha Ojibwe and James Crawley. Directed, I had the honor of working with these amazing young people as director. A Vietnam vet and graduate of Cal State Northridge, Lauren Masters' 30-year advertising career was highlighted by award-winning television and radio commercials. His first play, A Day in the Life of a Night at a Dance, toured throughout the Southwest U.S. for 3 years. Domestic Violence, the Musical, toured U.S. military bases for 10 years, from El Paso, Texas, all the way to Japan. A member of the Dramatists Guild, Masters and his wife Christina live in Mesa, Arizona. Shout out to Arizona. Tabitha Ojibwe is a returning 3x3 actress coming to us from Palm Coast, Florida. She has taken some of the greatest risks in our series, and I am thrilled to be able to observe and be any small part of encouraging her growth as an actress as she journeys with us. James Crawley joins us from Atlanta, where he is a student of Victor Love at Evolve Atlanta Acting Studio, and we are so excited to be building more bridges between us and Evolve Atlanta. And now, war is hell, and not just for those in combat. Just try being a military wife.
We'd been married 3 weeks when he left for Vietnam.
Boot second lieutenant, just off the plane. When I finally get out to my platoon, it's almost dark. First thing I learned is that the platoon commander I'm replacing lasted 3 days before he got killed.
1 minute you're this naive, sheltered 20-year-old girl. The next minute, you have to become a woman.
Met with the platoon sergeant. Asked him if the platoon was at full strength. He laughed. He said, we got 30 men.
Because you just never know when the day might come and you're at work.
Then he tells me I'm taking him on patrol at 0600 the next morning.
And for some reason, you look up and you see a Marine officer in dress blues talking to your boss.
0600 the next morning, we saddle up and move out.
You know why he's there. There's just you and one other girl in your office with Marine husbands in Vietnam, and something has happened.
30 men. Kids, actually. I didn't even know their names. There wasn't time for introductions.
And you hate yourself for thinking it, but in that moment, you are praying that he's here to see her and not you.
The only thing they know about me is I'm a boot second lieutenant. It's my first patrol, and they're thinking, dear God, don't let him screw this up and get us killed.
Now, the office is a call center. It's big. So it's a walk from where your boss is to your desk.
The platoon sergeant was 20 years old. I'm 23. I'm the oldest man in the platoon.
Then you see your boss and the Marine officer, a major. Look at you.
45 minutes later. Murphy's Law for grunts. If anything can go wrong, it will. we get ambushed.
Then he starts walking toward you. And you start shaking your head. Then he's halfway to you. And you're shaking your head and you're saying, no, 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 no.
Boom! Within seconds, my platoon sergeant, the radio man, and 6 others are dead. 18 of the new M16s, the men were issued because they were better than the old but much heavier M14s, have jammed. You can't chamber around. Murphy's Law for grunts. Your weapons were made by the lowest bidder. Now I'm down to 17 men.
No. He's right in front of you. And you are shaking your head. You're saying, no, 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 no. Because if you keep saying it, then maybe it won't be what you know it is. The good news is your husband forgot to tell you that for death notifications, a chaplain always accompanies a Marine officer. But there is no chaplain.
That was my first day in Vietnam.
So because he forgot to tell you about death notices, you are still saying no, 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 no. Because you are thinking the worst.
For the next 6 months, it all went downhill from there. Until the day we got pinned down by NBA artillery. And the round hits about 1.5 feet from my face.
Officer, he can tell what you're thinking. And he wants to reassure you that this is not a death notification. So now he is standing there and shaking his head saying, no, 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 no.
Next thing I know, I'm lying on the floor of a medevac chopper. Next to the bodies of my radio man and corpsman. And I think I hear the voice saying, stay with us, Lieutenant. Stay with us.
And by the time he is finally able to get through to you, and your husband isn't dead, he's just critically wounded. You are so relieved. You're ecstatic. Being a military wife, it ain't for sissies.
And that was Being a Military Wife by Lauren Marsters with Tabitha Ojibwe and James Crawley. Next up, Confessions of a Third Place Potato Peeling Contest Champion by Matthew Weaver with Lucy Thurmond, directed by Betty Mitchell. In addition to, I think, just now winning the longest known very short monologue title in the world, Matthew Weaver is a Spokane, Washington playwright whose work has been produced in 24 states, Canada, Ireland, England, and Japan. Full-length plays include Aces Are Feverish, The Blushing Groom, and Awkward Robots Instruction Manual for Dating Other Awkward Robots. Lucy Thurmond is a blossoming Atlanta actress joining us for the first time this evening. She was recently seen as Ariel in The Little Mermaid, Baloo in The Jungle Book, and Charlie in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. She is very excited to be in the show, and we are delighted to have her. And now, battles come in all sizes. One young lady takes up an unconventional weapon in Confessions of a Third Place Potato Peeling Contest Champion.
Oh boy, a potato peeling contest. See how many potatoes you can peel in 3 minutes. Peel as many as you can. And third place gets $250. I've got to get that money. My dad lost his job. Money is really tight right now. Mom and Dad told me not to worry, but I know. They're scared. I hear them whispering at night in their room. Mom's working extra shifts at the motel. Kids aren't supposed to see Mom and Dad scared. Imagine their faces. Imagine their faces when I bring them the whole $250. Be careful, Andy. Work smarter, not harder. If you cut yourself and wind up going to emergency, that's the opposite of giving them the money. I'm a good potato peeler. I do it all the time for dinner. Yum, mashed potatoes. That's what they think I'm doing. They don't know I'm practicing. First place gets a year's supply of potatoes. That would also be great. Really good, but I know I won't be the best one there. There'll be people who've been peeling potatoes a lot longer than I have. Longer than I've been alive. Probably someone who peeled potatoes in the army. They'll get the year's supply. Second place gets $1,000. I can't let myself think about that. Mom and Dad would be so happy. $1,000. And I wouldn't let them use it for my college fund or anything like that either. They'd want to, but this money is to help. Third place. That's realistic. That's doable. $250 to help. Not for new shoes for me, or school clothes, or nothing. To help. That's what this is for. Better than last time. Again.
And that was Confessions of a Third Place Potato Peeling Contest Champion by Matthew Weaver with Lucy Thurmond. Now, next up is Turning Point by Amber Cushing with Brittany Tellis and Bo Wade. Amber Cushing brings us our first challenge piece of this evening. So this is a piece that was written in response to your submissions, a submission of an audience member of 3 prompts for her to write an all-new original work for us. A New Jersey-based playwright and theater artist, her plays have been produced in festivals throughout South Jersey, Philadelphia, and New York City. Her show, Oz.org, will premiere at Philly Fringe in September. Bo Wade is my theatrical superhero. He is our first and only so far Triple Crown winner in the 3x3s, having performed as an actor, worked very hard as a director of many pieces, and had a piece of his as playwright published. This event series literally would not happen without him. He is my hero. Brittany Tellis joins us again from her hometown of Palm Coast, Florida. Taking advantage of the lockdown to radically expand her skill set, she has taken up carpentry. And now, when one door closes, it's Turning Point.
Hey, are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
It didn't sound like you were fine. I knew I should have taken out this bar after what happened.
No, Tyler, I like it. And it helps me with my PT.
I'm sure your physical therapist didn't say anything about whatever that was.
That was a wrong PA.
Right. Sorry. Even after 5 years being married, I still don't know all that ballet jargon.
And I don't understand your car mechanic lingo, so I think we're even. I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, I guess you were thinking that you could do that.
You don't understand. Ballet is all I've ever known. And now that I can't dance, I feel.
I know, hon.
Ballet is my passion, my life, what I live for, what I love more than. Sorry, babe. Except you, of course.
I get it.
When I was little, my mom, I begged my mom to put me in piano lessons, swimming lessons, gymnastics, taekwondo, but I never attended more than 2 or 3 sessions. My mom was livid. I first asked her to start ballet classes when I was 5 years old, and she made me promise I wouldn't quit dance. And here I am, almost 2 decades later, doing exactly that.
No, you're not a quitter. I didn't marry a quitter.
You're right.
You're an adult now, Kim. Things change.
I guess.
And it hasn't even been that long, 6 weeks. I mean, you won't be like this forever.
Great. By the time my back feels better, I'll be doing tour jetates when I'm 80.
See? Definitely an optimist. I guess you didn't take your shots?
No.
Why? Why wouldn't you take them?
Cortisol can damage the nerves and cartilage.
I know that's not the whole story.
I don't want to rely on it. I want to feel like myself. I want to be able to feel and control my own body. You have no idea how embarrassing that was to spasm on stage in the middle of a performance.
Right.
They'll never let me have my job back.
Hey, right now your job is the same as mine.
And what's that?
To take care of you. Please take your shots.
Fine. I know you're right. I'm like the soda. When I feel compressed and shaken up, I get so agitated I feel like I'm gonna explode. Dance was my outlet, and now my life just feels pointless. No pun intended.
Yeah. Hey, everything happens for a reason. Life has a way of keeping you on your toes. Huh? Yeah.
What kind of voodoo magic?
I didn't do anything.
It's Rob.
It's Vickery from the theater.
Mhm.
I'll answer it.
Hi. Rob, how are you? I'm feeling a lot better. Thanks for asking. Yeah, therapy is helping, and I'm making sure to take my shot. Yeah, I miss everyone there too. That's so sweet. You were? Wow.
What's he saying? Okay.
That would be amazing. Thank you for thinking of me. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Yeah, talk later. Thank you again. Okay, bye.
What was that?
He wants me to choreograph.
What?
He called to ask me if I'd be interested in choreographing Sleeping Beauty. It'll be next season. You knew.
He may have left a voicemail on the home phone first.
I can't believe this. This is great.
I can go back to work and not worry about hurting myself.
So excited for you, babe. See, I told you, everything would work out.
It's after 2 months. Things are finally starting to turn around.
They certainly are.
And that was Turning Point by Amber Cushing with Brittany Tellis and Bo Wade. Our second piece tonight by Lauren Marsters is 16 Hours, September 5th, 1972, with Rip Peloton, Robert Hargrave, Dana Waddell, and Joe Lavici, directed by me and Diane Peloton. Rip and Diane are theater mainstays in the Daytona, Florida area, and their acting and directing acuity have been and continue to be invaluable to the 3x3 series. Thank you, Pelotons. Robert Hargrave joins us for the first time from his hometown of Ormond Beach. Shout out to Ormond. Occupying his time during the lockdown, projects around the house, he modestly says. He painted his house. Robert shares with us that he served 6 years in the New York Army National Guard. Thank you for your service. Dana Waddell, Daytona area actor and improvisateur, last appeared in our previous 3x3 as a frustrated sports fan. Tonight, he explores quite another relationship with sport. And now, we take you to the 1972 Olympic Games, where the world's celebration of athletic achievement takes a deadly turn in 16 Hours, September 5th, 1972.
Jeff, get everybody in here and get me a satellite and make sure you get Peter over to the village, and most importantly, get Jim McKay in here. He's going on the air in 45 minutes. Marty Colho, this is Rune Arledge.
Jim? Jeff, how's your day off? In the sauna, huh? Well, get dressed and get in here.
We don't have time for a conference call to explain all this. Marty, just put everybody on speaker so they can hear it.
Something's going on at the Olympic Village. You're going on the air in 45 minutes.
Jim McKay is going to be my anchor. Peter Jennings will be at the village. What do you mean from where you sit, Marty? You're sitting in New York.
Peter's on the second floor balcony of the Italian athletes' quarters. It's directly across from the building where the Arabs are holding the Israeli team hostage. He sees a body lying in the pool of blood just outside the room where the hostages are being held.
Yes, I produce sports. And yes, I realize Peter Jennings is ABC's Mideast news correspondent and that he requested the position. That makes me think he likes to be where the action is, which makes me almost certain he wouldn't want to give up his on-site vantage point to sit in an anchor chair. Yes, Jim McKay has done hard news. He used to be a crime reporter. He was an anchor in Baltimore before he came to us. Look, I'm using him.
Here I am. What's going on?
Peter, Jim opens, then we go to you. What? The phone cord in Peter's room won't reach out to the balcony. He'll be on a walkie-talkie. His engineer is trying to jerry-rig a patch to get the signal to the control room.
Not exactly state-of-the-art. Jim, we're coming to you in 30.
Peter thinks these guys are a group called Black September. They're demanding the release of 234 Palestinian prisoners being held in Israeli jails. Jim's got the list of the hostages from the Israeli team.
David Berger. He's an American, a weightlifter. Immigrated to Israel last year. And I'm the guy that's going to tell his parents whether he lives or dies.
2, 1.
Good afternoon. I'm Jim McKay reporting live from ABC headquarters just outside the Olympic Village here in Munich, West Germany.
Are we good with the patch?
Peter, are we good to go? He says we'll know when we try it.
The piece of what had been called the Serene Olympics was shattered around 5 this morning when Arab terrorists armed with submachine guns, faces blackened, some dressed as athletes and groundskeepers, climbed the fence, went to the headquarters of the Israeli team and killed one man, a coach, Mashi Weinberg, 2 shots to the head, 1 to the stomach. The terrorists demanded the release of 234 Palestinians being held prisoner in Israeli jails by 10 a.m. this morning. If all 234 Palestinians were not released by that time, they said they will kill 1 hostage every hour until their demands are met. That deadline has passed. All gates into the village have been closed. Yet the Olympic Committee says the games will continue.
Jim, close out, go to Peter.
Peter Jennings is inside the village. Let's go to Peter now.
Jim, I am almost directly across from the Israeli building. It will be a famous number before long. Building 31. It's on Connollystrasse.
Deadlines have been set and reset throughout the day. We're now 1 minute past the 5 p.m. deadline. Latest reports say that 1 other Israeli athlete might be dead. German police have said they will storm the building if a deal is not reached by the most recent report. It's a very strange atmosphere.
Peter sees 25 to 30 guys, Munich police dressed in tracksuits. They're on the roof of the building.
While all this is going on, about 200 yards from building 31, there's a man-made pond with a little dock. Some athletes are out lying on the dock taking sun.
Rune, they're armed with Kalashnikov assault rifles and they're taking up positions.
Jim, to Peter in 5, 4.
For more, we're going to Peter Jennings. Peter?
It's clear that things are very tense now, Jim. The commando standing guard at the door of the hostages are in is pacing back and forth, much more apprehensive than he was before. It's as if they know something is imminent.
Rune Arledge from Marty Cole.
Camera! Turn camera off and see.
Who the hell are you?
You're watching the feed, right?
The camera tower, off now.
You want a station break now? You hell no!
Shit. The feed from our tower camera. If there's a TV in the terrorist room, they can see the police on the roof.
"9:25 in the evening here in Munich, some 9 hours into this very tense and nerve-wracking ordeal. The Germans have finally agreed to transport the Arabs and hostages via 2 helicopters that are on a helipad in the back of the Olympic Village to Fürstenfeldbruck, a military airport outside Munich. There, they will board a 727 and be flown to an undisclosed Arab country.
Jim, Jeff Easton's got a guy on the ground by the gates at Fürstenfeldbruck. The police won't let him get any closer. He says it all looks military, like sniper outfits. There's 3 up on top of the terminal and 3 down on the tarmac. Go to Peter.
We're going to Peter Jennings now. Peter, what can you report?
Yes, Jim. I'm down in the parking structure underneath the Olympic Village. About 10 minutes ago,
4.
we counted 11 terrorists with automatic weapons loading the hostages onto a bus, and the bus left.
Thank you, Peter. We are now confirming that both helicopters, one carrying some terrorists and 5 hostages, the other carrying the remaining terrorists and hostages, have taken off and are on their way to the airport at Fürstenfeldbruck. It's 4:45 a.m., some 16 hours since we first started reporting.
Brune Eilers from Marty Colo.
Originally, we were told the hostages were safe. Now, we're being told that that information was far too optimistic.
You're taking us off the air in 5 minutes? You do realize this is happening in Munich, Germany, don't you?
The latest from the airport is that all hell has broken loose. We've got reports of explosions and a burning helicopter.
Hans, Jeff Mason here. I know you know what's going on out there. You can't tell me? Hans, we've got a guy out there telling us about explosions, gunfire, and a burning helicopter, and your guy's out there reporting the hostages have been rescued.
Dachau's 15 miles from here. 2 of the Israeli coaches were kids as prisoners there. And you're telling me that the ABC affiliates think their 11 p.m. news hour is some sort of sacred cow?
Hans, New York is taking us off the air in 3 minutes. The hostages, are they alive or dead? All of them?
Jim?
When I was a kid, my father used to say our greatest hopes and our worst fears are seldom realized. Our worst fears have been realized tonight. We've just gotten the final word. There were 11 hostages. 2 were killed in their rooms yesterday morning. 9 were killed at the airport tonight. They're all gone.
And that was 16 Hours, September 5th, 1972, by Lauren Marsters, with Rip Peloton, Robert Hargrave, Dana Waddell, and Joe Levici. Next up, Macintosh by Stephen Hayet, with Savannah DaCosta and Alma Rugg. This is our second piece by Stephen Hayet and directed again by the marvelous Bo Wade. Savannah DaCosta is a native of Palm Coast, Florida. During the lockdown, she's occupied her time with songwriting and staying connected to friends and family. Something about her, even her friends might be surprised to hear. She makes one heck of a mean salmon. Alma Rugg is also a Palm Coast girl. Most of her newfound lockdown free time has been taken up by painting and all art, but she says she's also a total camping junkie and loves hiking and enjoys nature whenever she gets the chance. And now, disappointment, opportunity, art, it's all in how you frame it. Here's Macintosh.
Hey. Hey. Carrie.
Oh, hey, Stacy. I just saw the cast list. Congratulations on getting Dorothy.
Thank you. I was worried you'd be jealous.
Jealous of Dorothy? Please, I wouldn't trade my part for the world.
I'm sorry, which part were you cast as?
I'm playing Macintosh.
I don't remember Macintosh being part of the Wizard of Oz.
Well, the character is listed as tree number 1, but I believe that everybody has a name. Nobody goes through life as girl number 2 or person number 47.
So you gave him a name?
Her. Macintosh is a her, and I didn't just give her a name, I discovered it.
I'm happy you're happy with your part.
Well, it's the best part in the show.
Carrie, let's be real. Tree number 1 is just a bit part. It has like 2 lines. Most productions cut it out because it's not even essential to the plot.
Not essential to the Did you even read the script? I'm the first challenge the Scarecrow and Dorothy meet as a team. Without me, Dorothy has one of 2 options. She can either die of starvation right there on the yellow brick road.
She's obviously going with the other option.
Or she can kill and eat Toto.
Gross! Dorothy would never.
See? She needs Macintosh. Without me, the Tin Man stays a rusted soup can, the Lion stays scared of his own shadow, and the Scarecrow would never have been missed most of all.
Oh, I never thought about it that way. Carrie, would you maybe want to switch parts? Like you as Dorothy Gale and me as Macintosh?
No, you just aren't the right type to play Macintosh. But I do think you would make a great Granny Smith, Macintosh's grandmother. Since Macintosh's parents were uprooted, she's the only family that she has. The character's listed as tree number 2, but
everyone has a name.
Everyone has a name.
And that was Macintosh by Stephen Hayet with Savannah DaCosta and Alma Rugg. Next up, closing out our Marsters threesome this evening is 2 different sets of rules by Lauren Marsters with Timothy Richardson, Janice Maycock, and Nathan Simmons. I had the pleasure of directing them in this piece. Timothy, Janice, and Nathan are all perfecting their acting craft with Victor Love at Evolve Atlanta Acting Studio, and we are just delighted to be building ever more and stronger bridges with this great source of talent. Timothy Richardson is an Atlanta-based actor and aspiring filmmaker, studying filmmaking at, I believe he said, Georgia Tech. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Jan is zooming in from Minneapolis, where she is quarantining with her daughter, and has recently launched a digital series called On Location with Jan. And now, the war was a struggle. Reconnecting with his loved ones requires a whole new skill set. You see, there's 2 different sets of rules.
The first thing I learned since being back in the world. Well, what's funny there isn't necessarily funny here. Case in point, I was the forward observer. I got pulled from the bush and reassigned to a fire base to be the fire control officer. So one night, the NVA starts firing artillery fire right through our position. And I see one of my men running out of the shitter, pulling up his pants, just as a round hits close enough so that the concussion from the blast takes out the shitter, right? Picks him up and throws him 20 to 25 feet in the air. Shit is flying everywhere, literally. So I crawl over, to check on him. He's not bleeding, but he's rolling on the ground, rubbing his eyes, saying, I can't see for shit, I can't see. And then that's when he realizes he's covered in it, and that's why he can't see. So then he looks up at me and he says, get it, Lieutenant? I can't see for shit. And then I start laughing, right? Oh, man. Boy, I rotated home just before Christmas of 1970. My mother and father had the relatives over for a Christmas dinner to celebrate my homecoming. So we're sitting around the dinner table, laughing, eating, telling stories, and I tell that story. They didn't get it. First and last time I say anything about Vietnam. I can't see! I can't see! See, there's 2 different sets of rules, right? You have the rules you lived by when you were out in the bush. And then you have the rules you forgot and had to relearn when you got back in the world. The world is what we call being back home. I remember my third night home, right? I got together with some friends from my high school days. So we go out, get to catching up, grab some pizza, and I end up not getting back home till like 4:30 in the morning. Yeah. And of course, my dad was already up getting ready for work. So I go in the kitchen and I put on a pot of coffee for him, just like my mom usually did. So my mom comes into the kitchen, sees the pot of coffee going, looks at the kitchen clock, looks back at me, and she says,
"It's 4:30 in the morning. Where have you been?"
"No, I was out, Mom."
"Out where? With who?"
I forgot. The age regression rule. Mom, Mike, Dino, Jim, you saw us before we left.
"Where did you go? What did you do?"
Mom, geez, you writing a book?
Watch how you speak to your mother.
Yes, sir. It's the rule that allows your mom to forget that you spent the last 16 months in the jungle.
"It's 4:30 in the morning, honey, and he's just getting home."
And treat you like you're 16 and scold you for being out past curfew. Mom,
"I was so worried."
Mom, what for?
"Something could have happened to you. You could have been hurt. You could have been shot. You could have been..."
Mom, not a lot of Viet Cong or NVA around town, Mom. I'm okay.
"You could have at least called."
Called? You shitting me?
Watch your language, boy.
Yes. But you're back in the world now, so you can't talk here like you did there. Yeah, I must have broken that rule a couple hundred times in the 3 days I've been home.
Joanne, considering where he's been, are we going to worry about him not checking in?
Dad, checking in?
"I waited up for you."
Mom.
You being over there was really, really hard on her.
So she waited up for me?
Every night while you were gone.
I never understood that way of thinking till I had my own kids.
Now it was two different sets of rules by Lauren Marsters with Timothy Richardson, Janice Maycock, and Nathan Simmons. Next up is Bartleby and Bess by Elizabeth Speckman with Daniel and Kate Guyton, directed by Betty Mitchell. The Guytons joined us for our very first 3x3 as well as our third, and they're back this evening zooming in from Atlanta where they stay busy with work and home life and as prolific Zoom theater actors, directors, and playwrights. Directed here again by the inestimable Betty Mitchell. It's been 408 days since they've seen each other. Have they changed a bit? Here's Bartleby and Bess.
Hi, I'm yeah, it's been 408 days since since we, you know, I guess you don't know. How would you know? I don't know. 408 days. That's approximately 1 year, and 408 minus 365 would be. You don't care. She didn't care either. That's why it's only been 1 year, and well, I wish I knew why it's been so long. Part of me thinks that I know the reason why, and then part of me knows that I don't. Is it hot in here? It feels really hot in here. Oh, I hope I'm not coming down with something. I left my thermometer at home. I normally bring one, but I left it at home when I left this morning. I hope I'm not coming down with something. I'm really hot. Yeah, my mouth tastes really dry. I had some crackers on the plane. Crackers can make a person's mouth really dry. You got to drink plenty of fluids when you have crackers, otherwise your mouth can get really dry. I didn't have enough water with my crackers because the stewardess on the plane only gave me 1 cup. I don't like airplanes. I had to take one to get here. I don't like them. They if we were supposed to fly, we'd be able to without being jammed into these tiny little seats with gum on the back and this much leg room. Oh, and someone always does the crossword in the in-flight magazine wrong. And in pen, always in pen. Stupid people love pens. I use pencil. You know, it's not really lead in pencils, it's graphite. I always want to tell people that, but then I see them carrying a pen and I realize that they wouldn't understand. So, yeah, because they're stupid. She used to write in ink. I should have known then. I don't like pens. Everything's permanent with a pen, you know, unless you use one of those erasable kinds. But those are just imposters to the pencils. Pencils erase. Pencils allow for change. Pens don't. She didn't allow for change. You know, it's been 408 days since we last saw each other. 408 days. That is a lot of time to change. But, you know, I know she'll just walk in here and take one look at me and announce that I look the same. But I don't. I've changed. This tie, it's new. These shoes, I never wore these shoes with her. But she won't even notice that. She'll come in here and say, "But you haven't changed a bit." And she'll smile, and she'll open up her arms wide, and her hair will fall just so. And I'll try to explain to her that I have changed. But, you know, I'll point out my shoes and my tie. But through my explanation, we'll both realize that she's right and that I haven't changed at all.
Bartleby?
You came.
Of course.
You're 12 minutes late.
Oh, that must mean you were 11 minutes early.
Uh-huh.
You haven't changed a bit. How long has it been?
408.
It's great to see you. How have you been?
I've been fine. And yourself?
Oh, great. We have so much to catch up on. I almost forgot. I brought you something.
You have a pencil.
Well, yes, but...
May I?
And that is Bartleby and Bess by Elizabeth Speckman with Daniel and Kate Guyton. Oh, our final piece this evening is Death in Venice, California by Lawrence Ducour with Victor Love. I had the honor of working with Victor this week. And Lawrence Ducour began his writing career with the Richard Pryor film Greased Lightning. His television play, A Mistaken Charity, was produced by PBS American Playhouse and was nominated for a Writers Guild of America Award for Best Dramatic Writing. He's a member of the Workshop Theater Company, the Actors Studio Playwrights Directors Unit, and the HB Playwrights Foundation. His plays have been produced regionally and off-Broadway, including Black and White All Over at the Samuel Beckett Theater for Black History Month. Victor Love first attracted international attention for his debut role in the film Native Son. His enduring career has since ranged widely throughout film, TV, and live theater. He is managing director and master instructor of the Evolve Atlanta Acting Studio in Atlanta. You can find them at evolveatlanta.com. That's EVOLV Atlanta.com. And now, beginnings, endings, choices. Here's Death in Venice, California.
My dearest, darling Anitra, I stand here looking out at the mighty Pacific. It doesn't seem particularly mighty this morning, but I don't seem particularly mighty either. Anitra, I have no intention of continuing this charade of life without you. Not without you. Since you've been gone, I've been in pain. Not the pain that devoured you, but pain. This pain is pain. And your death is my tumor. I feel your absence growing inside of me, consuming me. I scribbled a farewell note. Who would I scribble it to? My hand is no longer steady. Not like before. Not anymore. I am reduced to talking to myself. I never used to talk to myself. I never really had anything to say, but that's my dirty secret. But you, Anitra, you were my life, my lover, my companion in life, my companion in death. And if there is a hereafter, we will spend it together, boring each other, just like before. Anitra, where are you? Show your face! Please. Show your exquisite face. What? Am I grandstanding? Am I being melodramatic? The music is soft and mellow. So yes, I'm being melodramatic. Speaking of which, I should have jumped from the Ponte Vecchio into the Grand Canal. But you know, with my luck, I've been hit by a gondola. Oh. Oh. What is that music? Oh, I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate it. I wanted to make my grand exit with Debussy. Ravel's Bolero. Music to fuck by. Well, there'll be no more of that. We're finished with that. We should have ended with something like Mabel Mercer. Her song, "You may not be my first love, but you are the first one to last." And we had a good time, didn't we? Didn't we? Oh, here come the rollerbladers. Look at the little fat one over there. She should try to be in the roller derby. My name is Leonard Massey. And you can check me out on the internet. You can Google me, an expression that I find vaguely obscene, but which nevertheless has its uses. I was a world-renowned dancer, a celebrated choreographer, and a popular teacher of ballet. I had a beautiful wife, herself a very famous and brilliant dancer. And I created brilliant dances for her. And I miss her terribly. And if there is a heaven, we will be together again. And if not, I'll put up with this charade of life for a few more minutes. I think there's something fitting about my last moments on Earth, on the beach of Venice, California, watching a chubby little girl trying to skate. When my whole life I've been met with skinny young ladies, with fawning, overprotective mothers. Those mothers of invention were convinced that their daughters were going to be prima ballerinas. Child, do you see how I stand? Do you see my beautiful posture? Do you see how my shoulders are relaxed? They're down. And you see how I move side to side. Now push down on your right foot. That's right. Push down and now raise it up and push down on your left. Oh yes. Now bend your knees ever so gently. Dancing. Yes, yes. From side to side to side. Keep your knees bent. That's where your power is. Okay. Ever so slightly. Putting pressure now on your beloved wheels. And that's what makes you go. That gives you power. Now, skate. No. No. If you're going to walk, take your skates off and walk. Dance. Oh, that's a girl. I know all about stumbling, falling on one's face, falling, as you young people say, on your ass. Yes. There are bruises, and there are bruises. When I started dancing, my father called me a sissy. And so at 16, I ran away. And I got some mindless job, and I used all of my money to take dance classes. At the age of 18, I entered my first dance company. Yeah. And I never looked back. Anitra, my darling, we never looked back, did we? Young girl, little girl, tell your mommy that you have an admirer. You tell her there was a man on the beach admiring you. You tell her he was old enough to be your grandfather and young enough to still be a fool. You tell her my Anitra, I'm coming now. So long, kid. Little girl, keep dancing. Keep dancing.
That was Death in Venice, California by Lawrence Decor with Victor Love. Oh man, what a journey tonight. Very special thanks tonight to our angels, Janice Maycock and Timothy Richardson, whose generous gifts made tonight's webinar possible. Thank you so much for joining us as we continue to rise to the Virtual Theater Challenge. Let's bring everybody back for a curtain call. If you enjoyed tonight's voyage, please do 3 things. Follow us on Facebook, Rough Magic Shakespeare Company, and you can be the first to hear about new events or participate in polls or submit prompts to dare our playwrights to rise to the Virtual Theater Challenge. If you're an actor, director, or playwright, message us. We'd love to hear from you. Number 2, everybody check out our new YouTube channel where you can relive these explorations. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. That will help us in our quest for sponsors so much. Please subscribe. And 3, if you can, please donate at paypal.me/roughmagicshakes. You can find that link on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel. Every dollar is cherished. Thank you again for giving us the precious gift of coming along with us on our adventures. And remember, everybody, save live theater, save the world. Bye, everybody. Bye. We love you. Mwah.